There you go, that's Idlewild, and let's read some writers from the Post-Electric Blues album, which was, how long ago was that? That must have been 5 years ago that came out. Was it 5?
2009 it came out.
2009. Roddy was here, so's Rod from Idlewild. Just bring us up to date then. Actually, I mean, here's the thing. We were just saying during that record, 20 years next year since Idlewild first formed.
Yeah, 1995, that's where we met in Edinburgh at university, and we formed a band then, yeah. So
and you were how? So you were, are you
18, 18, so we're all kind of like 38.
We could have done that maths.
I'm not good at maths.
It's fine. We've been teasing listeners over the last month or so that you were coming in, but then again there have been obviously various rumours that you've been working on a new album, and a couple of tweets flying around suggesting that you were together making new music. What's plan? Actually, before we do what plans are afoot, did you always keep in touch when after the release of that last album, or do you all disappear off into your own little worlds?
Well, we did consciously took some time off, like 3 years where we didn't really, other than phone calls and emails, we didn't do anything with the band.
Yeah.
Creatively, it was a complete sort of holiday break.
Do you miss each other though, strangely, when you're not together making music?
Well, I think it's one of these things, and you have like such established friendships with people that even if there's 3 years in the way, that as soon as you see each other, it's like you saw each other 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So,
so you just pick up the same.
Yeah, and that's nice. That's a nice thing to know.
And you move about a bit. Where are you living now?
Isle of Mull. Yeah.
Isle of Mull.
Yeah.
And how long have you been there?
6 years, yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
What made you want to go to the Isle of Mull?
Which is a time in my life when it felt like a right time to move out of the city, and everything worked really well, and the band were taking a break, and I was going to do some solo recording with some sort of folk musicians and my family. It just felt like a good place to go.
Is it easier to concentrate?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, doesn't suit everyone because, I mean, this time of year there's nothing open.
Yeah. So he moves to the Isle of Mull just to go away from you, Rod. So, what can I say?
Probably not far enough. But no, I haven't moved at all. Well, around the corner. But no,
because you've not been idle yourself. Excuse the puns. Because both of you have released solo records. You've had the bands, with current band, Birthday Suit. So you've been busy, haven't you?
Yeah, we've both been busy. I mean, I think neither of us are particularly fans of sitting around doing nothing. And I mean, making music is what we do. Really, it's all I've ever really known since I've been an adult. So. When we stopped making music together for a while, it just felt like a natural thing to do, to carry on and make other music.
Yeah.
I think it was when
do you miss it though? There must be a chemistry between the two of you.
Well, I think when we stopped playing in 2009, it was really because we felt that just everything felt like it was a big bit tired, and it needed to kind of go to sleep for a wee bit.
Right.
But I think all of us knew, me and Rod and Colin certainly, that we were going to work again. Yeah. On something, and it just, whether it was in a year or 2 years, and it ended up being like about 3.5 years till I went round to Rod's and we started working on songs. So.
And who was the one who picked the phone up or wrote the email? I'm getting a bit itchy now.
Well, we were both kind of in touch and sending each other our own records, and we were. I think it just sort of organically happened. We just started talking about what we might do in the future and working together and writing some songs together. And I think Roddy was coming down to Edinburgh for a while, and we thought, well, why don't we just get in a room and see what happens? And
as Idlewild, do you think Idlewild as a thing? I mean, it's obviously you're in the band, but as a thing, has Idlewild grown up? I mean, I know we're talking about we're all getting a bit older and everything, but has it as a band? Does it naturally sort of have its own aging process that it evolves and ages?
Well, I kind of think any band does, doesn't it? Because a band is like based on the whole idea of like a street gang, like a teenage gang, and. And you call yourself something, so you've got your own name, and so there's an agelessness about it, which I think is really appealing. Yeah, and that's part of the magic of it. I think, even though we're approaching 40, we can still be in Idlewild. Yeah, it's
because Idlewild is a separate thing. Yeah, it has an age of its own.
A state of mind.
Yes. When you do write now, so you get back. So where did you do the majority of the writing? So we should say then. So we can say there is an album.
Yes, yeah.
The album's finished.
Yeah, it's finished.
Called Everything. What's the title of it?
Ever Written.
Everything Ever Written.
Well,
Everything Ever Written is the new Idlewild album, which will be available
now. Right now.
Yeah, you can go to
pre-order. You can go and pre-order it now.
Really?
At Pledge Music.
Right. So if you're an Idlewild fan, there you go. It actually exists. Where was it made then? Was it done in...
All over the place. I mean, bits of it. We started writing it in my dingy rented basement flat at the time. We spent about an afternoon and came up with a lot of ideas very quickly. I think, as you say, this sort of chemistry and that feeling that we hadn't really, nothing had really changed. We just started writing really quickly together.
Well, you say nothing's changed, but is there, when you get back together, if you're going to do it, are you more precious now? Is there a standard that you've set for yourselves?
Well, we had no time constraints. We've only always made records when we've been signed to record labels and things, and you do have a certain time. You have to do things. You have to work within sort of a certain framework, and we didn't have anything like this time.
Right.
So we could kind of really do what we liked.
And is that good or bad?
I think for us this period of time was very good.
Right.
10 years ago it would have been a disaster. Now it's working out well,
What? Because you'd have never got out of the studio.
Well, we just would never know what we're doing, So it worked out well, and we did a lot of the writing up in Mull, and Lucci plays keyboards for us now. He came up, and just straight away within like 6 months there was like a really interesting record starting off. So we just thought, let's just kind of go with this, and obviously we just did it on our own backs. We got John Agnello to mix it, who does worked with lots of our favourite bands, Sonic Youth and Dinosaur and all these kind of groups. And and now it's available to buy.
So it's a proper DIY record.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it's like coming back round to where you started.
Sure. Yeah, and like there's lots changed. Like the lineup's different now. Rod's the only guitar players, which is exactly like it was when we started. 100 Broken Windows, all those kind of records.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it has a kind of nice, we're still not out of the story, if you know what I mean. The story is still continuing.
Yeah, and bringing it round full circle with the 20-year anniversary next year. So will you be? I know you've done a few odd gigs here and there. Gigs to promote the album as well.
Yeah, there's going to be a tour in March in Germany first, and then the UK.
Right.
Just 5 dates at the moment.
Right.
And then I'm sure later in the year we'll do.
And they're on sale now.
They're on sale. Ish.
Yeah.
Or will be very soon.
Glasgow and Manchester and London. And,
right.
Yeah, so it's in March.
Right.
If you got the website, I guess it's all there now.
Just the 5 dates for now, but we might be able to encourage you or entice you to do some more.
You just never know if there's if you disappear for 5 years and you come back, you just have to kind of play it.
Well, you're not actually worried you're going to do that thing where you peek from behind the fire curtain, just in case there's no one there.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Yeah. Quite often there isn't.
What is it like? I mean, I suppose it must be fun getting back together once you've all done your own thing, because I suppose there are certain things you can express in your individual solo works in your bands, your other bands, and you've obviously pursued different sorts of music as well, some of the folk music and the the writing. I suppose now it's refining Idlewild. I suppose it comes it's probably a lot fresher, as you say, than if you'd carried on for 3 years.
There's like a unique thing, isn't there, about a band, I suppose, especially when there's a collaboration in the writing. It is so much more unique than a solo writer, I suppose, because you've got that blend of various personalities, I suppose. It's almost easier to be unique that way, I think. And it actually felt easier to write this way than I did on my own, certainly. Right. And I thought it would be the other way around, I have to say. I thought, when you don't have to listen to anybody else. So I suppose there's almost like a filtration process when you work with someone else, of like we work as each other's taste filters, like, that's a terrible idea, Rod, don't do that, and it was really surprisingly easy to write together again.
And do you, Roddy, do you write a certain way to an Idlewild song? Is there or certain things that you write about which make sense in Idlewild, or is it completely random?
No, it's quite random.
Is it?
And the thing I like about the band always is that we were kind of sort of punk rock kids when we started. We didn't really know how to play or whatever, so we kind of learned how to do that together. So we have a very kind of idiosyncratic, strange, our own way of working. And no matter how polished it's going to get, there's always going to be that slightly sort of ramshackle feel to a lot of the music, which is really nice. That's what bands I grew up with, like Pavement and all that, they had that about it. Even though the songwriting was quite accomplished, and what they were doing was a lot of ideas, and there was still a kind of a real kind of charm to it, because they could never get too good.
Well, listen, it's an absolute pleasure to have, and it's great news. Idlewild then have a new album which you can get hold of now, Everything Ever Written. Well, it's available for pre-order and set for a proper release early doors next year, I suppose.
Early February.
Early February.
Think, yeah.
And there are dates as well. See the website for details. We're going to play a track which I've just been handed from the new record. So from Everything Ever Written, this is a track called Collect Yourself. Was this one of the key tracks tracks, or was this the one that seemed to scream
It
single?
was actually one of the last ones we wrote when I think we'd finally sort of settled on what the band was going to be lineup-wise, and we had one sort of final rehearsal session together before we went into the studio, and this one came out really organically, really quickly, and just...
That's all the best ones do.
Yeah, and it really did feel like it sort of captured the new lineup of the band.
And you're down in London for this and to play a gig?
Yeah, we're doing some sort of press tomorrow, and then we're doing a gig on the 5th of November.
Some sort of press.
Well, yeah,
we're doing some sort of press. I don't know. We're going to talk to some Herberts tomorrow. It's getting easier for you. Isn't it?
On the 5th of November, I'm trying to remember all these facts. The King's Head, which is in a very fashionable part of London, Dalston. And we're doing a gig, an acoustic gig.
It's all too fast for you down here now, isn't it? After Mull, shops are open past 6 o'clock down here.
Yeah, there's actually shops.
It's brilliant. Idlewild then from the new album. This is Collect Yourself. Take care. Thank you so much for coming in to see us, and it's brilliant to have you back. This has some fire in its belly. Listen to this. Saying I think it was possibly 1997, the first time I saw this band downstairs at the Hope and Anchor. When, as Roy said, they were a punk band at the time, but they've lost none of this. And I don't know, the lyricism, the attitude. There are so many things I admire about this band. So I'm very excited on a personal level that they're back with a new record, which is called Everything Ever Written. It's new from Idlewild, and as Rod mentioned, some dates as well next year, which take place in March. There's a couple in Glasgow, I think one in Birmingham, Manchester, and the London Roundhouse. Tickets available for those gigs if you pre-order the new record. All the details will be on their website anyway. That's Idlewild, and that was Collect Yourself.